Hello. Maybe holidays or holiday, I should say. Um, it's awfully busy out. Anyway, this is, I guess, a response to a comment at Tiny Homestead, I believe it was, posted about me calling myself an addict. Um, you're right. I shouldn't do that because it is just reinforcing a particular type of programming. Funny enough, other times when I had times of sobriety and early in my journey, that was actually a big hang up I had. A lot of times you go to 12-step meetings and all this other stuff, and everyone stands up and introduces himself. I'm so and so. I'm an alcoholic, or I'm so and so. I'm an addict. Blah blah blah. And my argument used to be, how are you ever supposed to become something or heal if you're constantly reinforcing and telling yourself that you're this? And oftentimes, I use that label, for lack of better terms, in these videos just for the sake of brevity and clarity. Um, yes, I'm an addict in recovery, and there are those who stick by the adage that addiction is a terminal disease, uh, meaning once an addict, always an addict, and there's no cure or remedy or anything like that. You will, and I don't necessarily partake to that ideology. I've actually literally gotten into debates with people, and we've gone and looked up what the actual CDC definition of disease is and all this other stuff. And I kind of see it more as a disorder, but not just mental. It's because it spans all areas of life. But you're right. I shouldn't do that. And the funny thing is, it's not like I walk around in public and I introduce myself like this to everyone. I don't. Um, but it is a habit I need to break. Now, at the same time, yes, a lot of people, when they hear that word, it comes with a particular set of stigmas and a negative connotation because, well, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. And I definitely am one of those stereotypes when I am in active addiction, which I am not. No, I'm living in sobriety. I'm living in recovery. So, in that regard, yes, I would be an addict in recovery or an ex-addict. Um, most people in the recovery community will continue to use that label as a form of humility, to remind us where we came from. A couple of things that people of this particular disposition need to steer clear of is thinking that we got this or we're cured. That's a trap. Um, one of the worst things for an addict in recovery to happen is if they do something and there's no consequences. And for the most part, once you get some sobriety under your belt, that's pretty much the case. I mean, you can go out and have a beer and nobody will probably know and there won't be any consequences. But then that plants that seed of, I got away with it. A funny thing is, it can be something as stupid as running a red light or whatever. Some little thing that you got away with, and that plants the seed. In the next, 6, 7, 8 months, a year later, you get a case of the fuckets and you're relapsed. For me, I don't want to say disempowered the word, but I've changed its connotation and meaning for me internally. Um, it's no longer a detriment. Um, it's almost a source of empowerment because it reminds me what I've overcome. But at the same time, yeah, you're right. If I'm not diligent and careful in my routines that keep me sober, um, just using that label and moniker could definitely reactivate old programming. So it's a very valid point, and it's something I'm going to try to start doing. So thank you. Um, so yeah, I think that's about it for this one. Have a beautiful holiday.